One honest question can sometimes do what years of advice cannot. It can break an illusion. It can wake a sleeping mind. It can rebuild a person from the inside. This is the story of a man who believed he had nothing until one moment forced him to see differently. Listen slowly. This story is not loud, but it is powerful because it is not about money. It is about identity. The railway station never rested. Morning trains screamed in. Night trains roared out. Shoes rushed across the floor. Announcements echoed again and again like mechanical prayers. But near a cracked pillar between platform 2 and 3, there was one man who did not rush anywhere. He sat there every day. Same torn shawl. Same metal bowl. Same lowered eyes. People passed him like air. Some dropped coins without looking. Some looked away quickly, as if poverty was contagious. Some felt pity for 2 seconds and forgot him in the next 3. He had learned not to expect respect. When expectation dies, effort often dies with it. Inside his mind lived a quiet belief. This is my role. This is my limit. This is my life. And repeated thoughts slowly become invisible chains. But he was not always like this. Years ago, he had worked as a helper in a small shop. He had a rented room, a routine, a name people used. Then illness hit his mother. Debt followed. Work stopped. Support disappeared. One loss led to another, like falling stairs. Failure rarely comes as one big event. It comes as many small defeats. And each defeat whispered, "Sit down. Stop trying." Eventually, he listened. One cold morning, a sharply dressed businessman stepped onto the platform. Straight back, calm face, measured steps. The man sitting with the bowl noticed immediately. Today I must try, he thought. Maybe today will be different. He stretched out his hand. "Sir, please help." The businessman stopped, looked at him, not with pity, but with attention, then asked quietly, "Do you always take from people, or do you ever give something?" The beggar froze. The question felt almost unfair. "Sir, I am a beggar," he said softly. "I survived by asking. I have nothing to give." The businessman replied, "If you believe you have nothing to give, then you should not expect to receive. I only believe in exchange. Value for value. No anger. No insult. Only clarity." Then he boarded the train and left. The platform returned to noise. But inside the man, silence fell. The sentence replayed again and again. Not like sound, like a mirror. Nothing to give. Nothing to receive. For the first time in years, someone had not given him money, but had given him a thought. And thoughts are more dangerous than coins. They do not finish quickly. That night he lay awake on the hard floor under a bridge. He stared at the dark sky. "Do I really have nothing?" he asked himself. Pain answered first. Memories answered next. I had strength once. I had skills once. I had dignity once. So where did they go? No answer came. Only another question. Or did I stop using them? 2 days passed. He did not beg. He observed. He watched what made people stop and what made them move on. On the 3rd morning, sunlight touched something bright near the tracks. Wildflowers growing through stone and dust. Alive where comfort did not exist. He stared at them for a long time. A strange feeling rose inside him, almost like embarrassment. These flowers give beauty without asking anything, he thought. And I sit here only asking. An idea appeared, small but clear. What if I give first? He carefully picked a handful, returned to his place. When the first passenger dropped a coin, he offered a flower back. The passenger paused, surprised, then smiled. "Thank you," she said. "Thank you." He had not heard that word directed at him in years. Something warm moved in his chest. Not happiness. Worth. Day after day he repeated the exchange. Coin, flower. Coin, flower. Smile, smile. He noticed something important. When he gave flowers, people slowed down. When he had none, they walked faster. A realization formed. People respond to value, not need. And slowly, his posture changed. His voice changed. His eyes changed. He no longer felt like a beggar. He felt like a seller. Identity was shifting quietly from inside. One afternoon, the businessman returned. The former beggar stood up straight and spoke. "Sir, today I can offer something. If you give me money, I will give you flowers." The businessman smiled and paid. Then he said, "Good. Today you are not begging. Today you are trading. Today you are a businessman." Those words hit deeper than any coin. Not begging, trading, businessman. A new identity entered his mind and refused to leave. That week he made a decision. He left the bowl behind. He found a flower supplier at the morning market, asked for work, carried bundles, cleaned buckets, learned names, learned prices, learned which flowers lasted longer and which sold faster. Work was hard, but this time, effort did not feel like punishment. It felt like progress. 6 months later, he owned a small flower cart. Customers knew him by name, not as, "Hey you," but as the flower man. Respect grows where value is visible. At the same railway station, two well-dressed men met again. Recognition flashed. "You were the beggar." He smiled calmly. "No, I was a man who believed he was a beggar." "What changed?" the businessman asked. He answered, "I stopped asking what I could get and started asking what I could give." Here is the truth most people miss. You don't rise when opportunity appears. You rise when identity changes. See yourself as helpless, you will wait. See yourself as valuable, you will build. Life does not reward need. Life rewards contribution. Remember this quietly. You are not poor because you lack resources. You are poor only if you believe you have nothing to offer. The day you discover your value is the day your real journey begins. Sometimes, one honest question is enough to rebuild a life.